Hey guys, welcome to a special edition of Friday Night Front Stretch. This time brought to you by Mennare Aerosports, the maker of just wings for quarter scale, and maybe you can get them for fifth scale, guys. We're going to update what happened. We're going to be in day two or night two coming up tonight. I thought I'd just do a quick rundown and give a little bit of a backstories of what's going on here. Yeah, we've had a pretty good nationals, very good nationals, very relaxing nationals. It's crazy how I feel more relaxed. Matter of fact, I get to take a nap in the morning. Normally, I'm so wound up but I'm very relaxed, and it's a good nationals. We got a lot of good cars. Truck count has really skyrocketed. More likely, we'll probably have a B feature tonight going in. There's three of you guys. Say hey. I let me know where you're from or who you are, and I'll acknowledge you somehow. Um, okay, so we went into all night practice Wednesday. As you know, we've had some pretty bad storms out here in the last week or so. I think Mother Nature is getting worse in storms, especially in August. August, you don't really see a lot of rain, and you see a little heat, but man, I'll tell you what, we've been beat up bad out here with a lot of wind and rain. We had 4 inches, up to about 3 inches of rain out here. Really washed the track out. I had to do some hard work trying to get it in. There was a little mud pond down there and out of the backstretch there. I did some work yesterday trying to get it covered up. It's just too sloppy to get my truck down in there or a skid loader. So a few cars visited that area. Scared all my mud frogs away down in there. But anyway, I think we got that straightened out for tonight's feature a little bit. It's going to be hot. It's windy. The track is baking out there. So I'm going to be interested to see how much moisture will come up tonight around 7 o'clock once the sun goes down. But getting into the qualifying rounds yesterday, and I'm going to tell you, we had some really close qualifying rounds. And I don't have I got the list, but I don't know who's got. But I'll just run it down here real quick. I think the fastest lap in the 360 sprints was John Pepchok with a 7:39. Now the track record is 7 seconds flat, held by Jared Baker in 2020, all the way back then. He was fast. And then right behind him in qualifying was Todd Holloway. Now, remember, Pepchok had a 7:39. Holloway had a 7:45. These two had been battling all weekend long, not only in the 360s, but in the truck division. Matthew Mennare got third in qualifying. He's our primary sponsor out here. He had a 7:53. And everybody else is in the high sevens there, like 7.6s, 7.7s, 7.8. So everybody is really close to each other. But Pidcock and Holloway, man, they're putting on a show, a clinic right now with these cars, at least in the 360 sprints. Then we jump into the trucks. Now this is really interesting because John Pepchok was the fastest truck out there in qualifying. He had a 7.873. Holloway had a 7.889. So again, real tight in qualifying. It's just incredible tight, how tight they are. Even last night in the heat races, and of course they run opposite of each other in the heat races, but they were even neck to neck in track time going into the truck race. Third place was Laurel Jasper out of Colorado Springs. She had a 8-second lap. But everybody's like Holloway 7.8, Pepchok 7.8. So, man, I'm telling you. Again, guys, get on the chat program here. I'll try to get you on and see who's on, and I'll knowledge you a little bit. So the truck race, we have, I think we have 11 trucks. So we'll definitely have a B feature tonight. In the 305 sprint cars, Donnie Sullivan takes the top speed of a 7.85. Now that's a 305. That's a 305. So Donnie Sullivan out of Colorado, and I can't remember what town he was. Back right up with Rick Hansen at 8.787. Now Rick has been fast all weekend. He just come up short with Donnie Sullivan going into qualifying night. And that qualifying sets up your heat races for last night. We run 3 rounds of heats, and then we run a round tonight going into Friday. Tonight, what we're looking at for tonight, we got one more heat race to run. This time, the order will be set up by the pill draw that they drew earlier. So check your leaderboards, check your charts where you're at. You guys can follow us on liverc.com. Go to the track list, type in Outlaw Raceway, and you can follow along with your favorite drivers. I've been asking, we've been doing live streaming. I don't have very good internet out there. I kind of try to get some internet, but it's just not working right this time around. So tonight we go in with one round of heats. And then the feature is set up by race points. So basically you get 1 point for first, 3 points for third, 4 points for fourth, and then the fifth guy gets 4 points also. The tiebreaker is the more importantly qualifying round, how you qualify. That's how to get into the feature tonight. We're automatically the top 4 will be in the feature tonight, which more likely will be in the truck division. We're going to start 8 this time, and we're going to move everybody up out of the B. We're going to take 4 from the B into the A. And what's important about the feature tonight, and not only points, because every race you're entered, you're going to enter for points. Because on Saturday night, we are taking the top 6 guaranteed start, top 6 point getters. So it's important to score good points throughout your heat races, your qualifying. Tonight, you score again points in the A main. But what's important on your finish tonight on the A main is the fact is that could be your tiebreaker in starting in the A Saturday night. So that how you finish tonight is going to be your tiebreaker going in tomorrow. So far I've totaled up the points as of tonight. We ran, like I said, a qualifying heat and 3 heats last night. And I'll start from back to top list. But Chris Paul in the 305 class has 368. He has 5. He's starting 5th. Laurel Jasper is 4th with 380. Paul Covington is 3rd right now with a 388. Rick Hansen is 2nd with 390, and on the top of the leaderboard is Donnie Sullivan with a 394. So if he keeps going, he could end up sitting on the pole for Saturday night's big show. The 360 sprints, we got 9 of them. On Todd Gunder is starting 9th with 362. Kurt Verscher is 8th with a 366. Brian Howard is starting 7th, or it's so far 7th with 372. Tony Walker is 6th with 374. Chris Stump is 5th. He's our last year's defending champion. He's in 5th spot with 386. Matt Mennare is 4th with 388. And he's actually tied with Randy Order, but because Mennare is actually 3rd because he has that win. That's the tiebreaker going in so far. So Mennare, Randy Order, 388. John Pepchok, he has a 396. And then on the top of the leaderboard is Todd Holloway with a 398. Now, nobody has scored perfect points. At least history has it. I don't remember anybody going through the entire weekend, going into Saturday A main, where it's perfect points. There's always 2 points, 4 points separate from being perfect. Real quick, let's look at the chat buttons real quick. Mike Rance, hey guy, how are you? Wish I was there. Yep. Next year, we're gonna hopefully have it next year. So, the truck division, and this is where we got 11 trucks. We're gonna start 8 tonight. And again, it's all about race points of the track computer, not total points. So don't get that confused, guys. But 11th right now is Tony Walker with 364. Randy Brown is 10th with 370. Randy Order is 9th with 376. And is actually tied with John Walker right now at both 376 for 9th and 8th. Chris Stump and Drew Craig is also tied with three. Actually, there's a three-way tie going on with Donnie Sullivan, Drew Craig, and Chris Stump with 378. And this is where the feature comes important tonight because that's your tiebreaker. So you can see we've got a lot of ties going in so far now. Chris Paul is fourth with 380. He's the asphalt champion down in Texas here in the past June. Laurel Jasper is in the top three with 394. Todd Holloway is second with 398. And so far, with a perfect score, is John Pipchak with 400 points. So he's perfect so far throughout the week. We'll see if he can be perfect in the heat race tonight and the feature tomorrow. So the perfect score is 600 points. I have never seen 600 out here, mainly because maybe a qualifying issue or something where the 2 points behind. But so far he is in first place and perfect score of 400 points. But that can change tonight in the heat race. He did struggle last night in the last heat race, which he ended up winning. That was in the 360 sprints, but his truck is on the rail. He's just super fast. So is Todd Holloway. It's really impressive because we haven't had any really serious accidents. We had a couple tumbles. I know Verscher took a couple big tumbles on the backstretch. He was leading the heat race, and I don't know what happened, but he climbed the backstretch fencing, about went over, I thought, and then he broke something in the car. Also, he did a hell of a tumble down the backstretch. Must did 3 or 4 barrel rolls down the backstretch. Kurt kind of behind the 8 ball. He's fast, showing good speed, but he didn't get any practice times Wednesday, so he's trying to catch up because everybody else had all night Wednesday night practicing. One of the interesting race was in the 360 sprints where we had 3 wide coming out of turn 2. And I told Kim, we were sitting there, I said, that ain't going to work. They're all going into 1 and 2 side by side. They came out of 3. Unfortunately, Randy Order and Brian Howard took the blunt of it because you just can't go 3 wide out of turn 2. It's a little bit of it's a different looking corner. It's more of an egg-shaped corner, I guess you call it. Not severe. You can go 3 wide coming out of 3 and 4, but not really going down the backstretch. And Todd Holloway, Brian Howard, and Randy Order, and Todd took the yellow for that one, or took the man up rule. So, but otherwise, we had a few accidents, but nothing too serious. Everybody seems to keep coming out. Next heat race, nobody's really dropped out. I know Chris Stump is just struggling with that 5 truck. He's struggling hard. He is struggling hard with that truck. So I don't know if he's going to continue to race it or he'll park it tonight. I have no clue. He did park it in the last heat race because he's just having so much trouble. Anybody else chat on here? Let me know where you're from so we can see where you're at. Donnell must be on. Scott Rance, he says hi, Donnell. So, and I can't see who's on. I can just see the number of 8. Yeah, for sure. So, we had Best of Show last night. Drew Craig won the truck division for Best of Show. We also had oh gosh, my mind. Tony Walker won the Best of Show in the 360 sprint, and I can't remember. This is why it's so jumbled up in my head right now. Rick Hansen out of Iowa won Best of Show. So yeah. Okay, here comments are coming in. Hi from your yard. Yeah, hey, I was up early this morning and I thought, I can't really water the track right now because it's going to be hot and it's just not going to be it's going to be useless to put the water down. Jerry Dean Sr. from Wiley, Texas. Yeah, I know that guy. We're down there at the Asphalt Nationals down there in June. So, hey, Jerry. Tony Walker says, I think we shamed him into fixing it. All right. Great to go, Chris. They gave me hell down in Texas for trying to park my sprint car. And so glad that hopefully he gets back up there. So anyway, guys, this is just a quick rundown. There's so much action happened. Um, it's been a good year in the Nationals. I feel more relaxed. I don't feel uptight. We sat around to, well, gosh, guys didn't leave till 2, 3 in the morning last night. We all sat around with lawn chairs and just had a good old time after the race. And that's what it's all about. It's, the racing is fun and it's intense, but when you get to sit around and visit with people, and I get up in the morning and I'll sit with Randy Order earlier this morning, and we got talking about different things, and it's just about the relaxation. Yes, we don't have the car count as the Asphalt Nationals do, but what we have is quality cars this year, very quality cars. Everybody is tight. There's nobody. I can't say anybody is really running away with the show, except I would say in the 305 class, probably Donnie Sullivan is a hair faster than Rick Hansen at this point. But I think the quality of the car count, I think anybody can win tonight. In the 305, anybody can win in the 360. Dirt is a great equalizer. You don't have to be super fast to win an A feature out here. You just have to be consistent all night long. You have to be finding that right line. You have to find the moisture and then work through lap traffic. That's the big key. Let's say Brian Howard is on, having a great time for sure. Thanks, Brian. Brian was our tech man yesterday, and there's a few cars. And what's really nice is Qsac brought out all the updated tech equipment. So there's no questions on why this and why that. I thought it went through fairly smooth in teching. There were some issues on some more wings and stuff, because this is the Dirt Nationals. Our wings are a little different compared to the asphalt. But the teching has gone really smoothly throughout the night. Scott Rant says, was there any oil fire involved? Probably. I know Drew made up called a mini beer, and it was quite tasty. It made me tired and I went to bed. But it was quite good, I would say. I don't know what's in it, but it was something I've never had before. So, guys, any questions for me as we get ready to sign off here? This is just a quick show. Get them out to me real quick before I sign off. Again, tonight we have practice, 15-minute practice session, and then we get into the last heat race. Then we'll figure up the track race points from the heats, and this will figure out how you're going to start in the A main. This has nothing to do with total points right now. This is just figuring out how you finish in your 4 heats to start in the A main tonight. Now, I think 305s are all in the A main. 360 sprint cars, I think we'll probably throw everybody, because I don't want to take one guy out, because we have nine 360s. So we'll probably throw everybody in. The truck division, yes, we are going to have a B feature. And right now, so far, looks like with all the wins that these guys got, it looks like, in my opinion, I don't sit there and say, well, he told me. So far, we're the top 4 starting spots guaranteed. Tonight's A main is Chris Paul, L'Oreal Jasper, Todd Holloway, and John Pepchot. Those are the top 4 cars. It all depends again tonight on the heat race, because we're going to do a whole different setup. It is based off of the pill draw that they early pulled. So that's how the heat race will be set up tonight. So check the leaderboard, check your standings, and see what heat race you're in. And then, but yeah, I think tonight we're going to have definitely a B main, and it's really cool to see the trucks. Trucks were kind of small the last few years, but the trucks have really, and they look good on dirt. I'm telling you what, I've never seen such bright colors. And when you see them on a dirt track at night with the LED lights, man, they look pretty. Me and Kim both sat in there and just said, man, we got a nice look set of cars. On decals, paint jobs, everybody really stand out. Again, Scott Rantz, he laughed. I think it's because of the oil fire thing. I don't know, Scott. Do you know what the mini beers are? what's in it because it was good. It was really good. Um, Scott Rand says, good luck to all the racers. So hope you guys make it down. Guys, if you've never had an opportunity to race the Dirt Nationals, Wednesday night, and I have to apologize because, again, we had so much rain. The infield was full of water. I tried my best to trying to get the mud off the track so it's not so hard on the cars. But some cars got some mud, and I apologize. Hang on a second. I got to readjust my headset. So I apologize to the racers who had to clean some mud off, but they were definitely clean by start of the heats last night. Normally you don't get a lot of mud out here. Once the track gets moisture in it, it starts bringing it up, and you'll get some, but nothing compared to some tracks I've seen in the past. I know when I went down to Louisiana, I was shocked how much that red clay they have down there just stuck to the tires like glue. I mean, it was incredible. So if you're afraid of running on dirt, and what's neat about this is a lot of the drivers have used cars like old WCMs. Cars, I know the Walkers built a special car for this race, and he's doing some growing pains in that 360 class, trying to figure out, because it's a brand new car, never saw the track, and it's strictly for dirt. So you don't need a $3,500 car to run the Dirt Nationals, just because it's a great equalizer. Tires are relatively inexpensive because once you have a dirt tire, you're locked in. Now, going into this winter, the Kentuckys, they're going to be run the Worlds, I think, end of October. And that'll be part of the Dirt Race Series, Challenge Series that me and Todd, and I don't have the points ahead of me. And then we go into starting the fresh year next year with the Gator Nationals, I think in March, maybe, or end of February, maybe March. And the World right now has requested to Todd Holloway to bring the trucks, the super trucks. And so guys are setting their trucks up to run the Worlds. Hopefully the Gator Nationals, Chris Wall down there will set up the truck series down there too. So we'll have not only quarter scale sprints, and it's really great exposure for the quarter scale market. Going today, I don't know, Lincoln Sky Knights were supposed to come out last night, but I think it's just because it was blowing so hard and they can't fly. So it's understandable. I don't know if they're going to make it tonight because it's kind of windy. But I'm hoping the Sky Knights come out tomorrow night. Definitely going to have a heat race and a feature, big show where they win the cup, and we're going to have fireworks afterwards, and hopefully the Sky Knights can come out then. So guys, anything else? Let's say Brian Howard says yes, they were tasty, and Scott must know what it is because he says it's an Illinois thing. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys signing on really early. Again, if you want to follow along, I've been having trouble with internet ever since Starlink had that big crash they had about 3 weeks ago, where everywhere across the world their internet quit working. It's never been the same, and I'm not really sure why, but I'm going to try to get internet again out there. But follow along with Live RC. Go to the track lists, and you can follow along, watch your favorite leaders, see what's going on as we continue this challenge for the Dirt Nationals 2025. Last year's defending champion, just a reminder, Mike Garrett was a 305 champion last year. He's not here this year to defend his title. 360 class. Hey, Brian, do you remember who won the 360 division? Was it Todd Holloway? Oh, Chris Stump. Sorry, the Watermelon Man. I just posted it on Facebook about him smashing that watermelon. So Chris Stump is the defending champion. And then in the truck division, it was John Pepchok. So Scott Wren says, but I'm from Indiana. Oh, okay. So anyway, so those are the three defending champions. Like right now, Chris is sitting fifth in the total points. Of course, Mike Garrett's not here. Pepchuk, he's on the top of the leaderboard, so he's looking really good going into the Nationals tomorrow night. And we'll see if he can score a perfect 600. I've never seen it since we went to this format. So it'll be interesting to see if he can hold on. The track will change. It is changing all the time. Right now, the track is starting to take in some rubber, being with a lot of heat, a lot of sun. I don't know if I can keep the moisture in it until the sun goes down, which will definitely affect qualifying and the heat race. But by the feature time, it should go really well. So I'll be curious to see what the track changes is. The track has a lot of miles on it, and it is getting beat up out there, but that's the way dirt is. It does change, and that again gives a great equalizer. So guys, I don't have anything else. Appreciate you guys signing up early on a Friday afternoon. I'll do this again tomorrow around noon or so. Let everybody know what's going on for the big show Saturday night. Live from Outlaw Raceway Park, we are signing off. Thank you.